What's up, Ninja Online guys? Welcome back to This Is the Place. This chapter 7. When we last left off, we were on day 16. Let's check out the headlines, then jump back into it here. 86% of residents oppose demolition of Corn Monument. Interesting. Businessmen express desire to leave city. I wonder why. Movie production studio may appear in Freeburg. Drank too much. I don't think I can hold it together today. Can I go home? No, I need everyone on the shift. Hey, can hire one more police officer. For B shift. As for the weapons, we'll share with the staff. The Sands need help. The Sands family's main attorney is under guard around the clock, and that goes double for his children. But before we could pick them up from school this morning, some of Vargas's punks kidnapped them. We don't know how Vargas found them. They live under false names. Anyways, you'll need to act quickly. They can't have gotten far. Mixin. Take the rook. Check that out. At a fight at the Freeburg Elementary School, two senior students began to fight right in the middle of chemistry class. Their teacher, Dolores Ponder, first tried to calm them down, but when she attempted to separate them, she was poking in the eye. Fucking hilarious. I'll send a squad over. Theft, Museum of Feelings and Fine Art. At night, a little-known painting by the Dutch master De Vroom, recently shown for the first time, disappeared from the museum. One of the museum's windows was broken, and there's a brick laying on the floor inside. Let's put everyone on this case. Drug sales. Miss Dunbar said that nurse tried to sell her drugs right in the hospital. I went to the doctor after I broke my arm. The nurse heard me complain about the pain and waited until the doctor left. Then she started telling me about the pills she could get me. Better than Vicodin, according to her. Sharper checkout with Forbes. Good work. Investigation has started on the theft. Pretty big sequence. Rafael Campos, the museum guard, said, I walk the museum every hour. The alarm is off. City Hall won't allocate money to fix it. I didn't hear the glass breaking. It's a big museum. When I went down this way again, it was already early morning. The window was broken. The canvas was cut from the frame. There was no trace of anyone around, just a brick laying on the floor. The parking lot was empty all night. In the morning, a cyclist went past with a tube on his shoulder. The guy slowly rolled into the parking lot, then left the bike for a couple of minutes and went out of sight. Then he came back, got on the bike and left. Interesting. Bram Vanderhoff, art school student, said, I suffer from insomnia and often go cycling around the city late at night. I took a tube and some other equipment so I wouldn't have to go back home. Before my morning class at the art school, I stopped at the museum to pee. I admit it, I like to mark the corner of the building. I imagine one day my work will be hanging inside. Jeremiah Stevens, teacher at the art school, says in his lectures on the works of the Dutch masters, Bram Vanderhoff always sharply criticized the works of De Vroom. He dismissed the legendary artist as overpriced mediocrity and was very amused when an unknown De Vroom painting was discovered in the city dump. He said it was already in its proper place. He was less amused when he learned that the De Vroom painting would be hung in the museum. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Bram who broke into the museum and stole the painting to burn it or cut it into tiny pieces. The glass is almost completely broken out. A grown man could easily climb through the window and not cut himself. Most of the shards are lying on the pavement outside the museum. The offender did escape, but we did find some cocaine. A deal from Cornelius Blunt. Mr. Boyd, I'm a wealthy man and I'm concerned about the fate of our fair city. We'd like to fund 3 additional officer positions at your police department, but I must make one condition. My adopted son is to take one of the new jobs. Of course, you mustn't fire him under any circumstances. Do we have a deal? Yeah. Percy. Oh my god. Alright, let me look at the build here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for shift A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 2 more for shift B, and then I'll feel comfortable and okay. Perfect. The Sands need help. Some goons grabbed the half-sister of one of our family members right off the street. Her driver called us from a nearby payphone, but he's a wimp and couldn't actually do anything. From the description we got, it sounds like Vargas' men. If you get there first, hold on to them for us. Don't hurt them too much. Just make sure you don't let them escape. We have something special planned for them. Nixon and Owasi. Send them out. I'm gonna send Percy, but I don't know, man. Seems to have alcohol problems. Sending Percy to the police academy. If I'm gonna be stuck with him, I might as well train him up. Robbery at the city center. A parking valet just called in reporting that a girl exiting an expensive car was approached by a man wearing a hood who threatened her and took her bag. Assault with an offensive weapon. Diamond Dog State Penitentiary. An older prisoner, tired of eating the food served by the prison cafeteria, made his way into the kitchen carrying a shiv, intent on having a word with the chef. Guard called the police as he was reluctant to enter the kitchen, for fear of further provoking the prisoner. This could be bad, so I'm sending 3 in. The kitchen floor is decorated with broken plates and an overturned pan filled with muddy slush. An elderly prisoner is sitting on a stool, dipping his hand into the pot of slush and shoving it towards the cook's face, yelling, "You try to eat this shit." I'll lie to him and tell him we have some burgers. We'll arrest his ass. July 30th, I should be getting my a new record soon. Got 3 new frames in the report here. The Quiet Night. Sands is 8, Vargas 4. That's what we like to see. Day 17, July 31st, Wednesday. Former City Hall employee admits official unemployment data far from reality. Citizen earnings have fallen 9% since New Year. Unemployment in Freeburg is lowest in history. Yeah, Stovall, you've earned it. Some pipes in my house busted and I need to wait around for the plumber. Can I take the day? We just lost 2 of our best men for the shift. We should have Snagit, Chimin, and Late Hour. We'll listen to Snagit first. Snagit by Len Barnard. Tomorrow is the deadline. We're not going to make that deadline. I'll take that profit. Disorderly conduct in a suburb. The elderly Emma Weston called in a complaint about her neighbors. Her house is shaking from loud sounds of gnashing metal and the roar of turbines, accompanied by some strange beeping noises. Through the window, she also saw people moving around. Stokes, take Birch Jr. Check it out. Might not be anything at all. Shift A is definitely our most well-rounded, although it sucks that we lost both McCoy and the other guy for the day. Hostage situation with the fatal casualty at Broadville Asylum. Patients at the local asylum rebelled against the nurses during breakfast. 3 nurses have been wounded while others remain locked in with the patients in the dining area. They've threatened to kill 1 nurse every hour until they're released. Send the noise. It's crazy, we've almost made an officer out of Birch Jr. Reporters and onlookers have gathered around the building. The asylum patients are watching the growing crowds from the windows of the 3rd floor. Let's call in a negotiator. Don't want to take any risks there. Reckless endangerment in the city center. A frightened woman phoned in, reporting that 2 men dressed in armor were running through the streets, shouting, "Beware our stings!" They were chasing passers-by and swinging their blades at them. They have not yet done anyone harm, but their swords seem dangerous enough. Stokes, take Birch. Check it out. Let's wait for Birch to get back, because I'll send Birch as one of the people I use. Alright, what do we got? An old friend is visiting Mr. Sand and they're planning on going horseback riding, but the owner of the country club just called. He wasn't making much sense, but it sounds like some punks are beating Mr. Sand's horses to death. Birch, you're up. Noise complaint in the ghetto. Klim Yurov reports that suspicious people are constantly going in and out of the apartment next door. They're carrying big bags, making lots of noises, screaming, and his 3 sons can't concentrate on their homework. Mr. Yurov urges someone's got to show these bandits who's boss. Let's send the paddy wagon down. Stokes in Barcelona. Good. Automatic weapon. Whole mob of Vargas peoples attacked a truck belonging to one of our companies. The truck is carrying some important cargo, the kind only Mr. Sand and his deputies know about. The driver tried to call us, but we lost connection. He may already be dead. You've got to stop those assholes before they make off with the goods. Sending God Bomber, Gilbert, and Birch. Birch Jr., rather. We got 2 new frames for the destruction of property investigation. I don't know if that fills... It's 5, but... Yeah, we don't have the bottle being thrown yet, but that was pretty... pretty apparent. Yeah, we're waiting for one more on that. 2 new frames in the hit and run investigation, and these are the ones I was waiting for, so I was waiting for the dark colored sedan. So we know that hit. I would have thought this would be it. Well, it's either this or it's this. I'm pretty sure it's the black car, but... No, it's the red car. William Holden frequents the local bars. Repeated arrests for driving under the influence. It's William's favorite place to tie one on. He knows everyone. Smatty. Vandal. Going. Wait to see if this guy is at this location. If not, then we'll check his residential area. Nice. Go ahead and call it a day. Sands 10, Vargas 5. Day 18, August 1st, Thursday. Chief physician at St. John Hospital accused of slander. Former mafia member bemoans City Hall corruption. Mayor declined services of spokesman. I speak for myself. My cat ate some cream paste. It's sell by date. Cream. What? My cats ate some cream past its sell by date, and they had diarrhea all night. They are better now, but I like to spend the day with them. Can I have the day off? No. Some friends of mine asked me to help out at their animal shelter. They're badly short-staffed. Can I have the day off? Come tomorrow if you're going to have the day off. Jimin by John Sangsta. Chiming probably. Jack, you swore an oath to serve the safe. You can't keep your promises. We won't keep ours. Rape at Jimbaton Bakery. Two homeless men made their way into a local bakery under cover of darkness, where they ate their fill and bedded down for the night. In the morning, the bakery owner, Gregory Martinez, along with cashier Anna Lucas, went inside and discovered the damage. Homeless men armed with knives were unhappy to be disturbed and attacked the victims. The shopkeeper managed to escape, but the cashier remained inside with the homeless men, who were seen tearing off her clothes. We're gonna want some big support for this. Vela, you're up. Wace. Take Trevor and Mixon. I want 2 squads to handle that. True Color Hotel. After the incident with the horses, we secretly transferred Mr. Sand's guest to a local hotel and set up guard outside his door. Suddenly, we're hearing screams coming from his room, and there's water flowing from the bathroom. We'll break down the door, but a police presence wouldn't hurt. Forbes, you're up. Good job. Fight at the Blitz Cafe. Two truckers fell to blows over a parking space in the lot near the diner. The cook tried to separate them but was struck by a wild punch and is now lying on the ground motionless. Kochi, take Taylor, check that out. Theft at St. John's Hospital. All the painkillers at the hospital pharmacy disappeared shortly after the building lost electricity. The pharmacy door shows no sign of forced entry. Can I... I have to pull DeBrito off that case. Investigation has started. Looking for 5 sequences. Alright, what do we got? Simona Rodriguez, pharmacist. I went for lunch at 1 and a couple of minutes later the lights went out. I shut the door behind me. I remember that I bumped into the janitor's cart that was standing in the hallway. Colin Marcus, the head physician, said, I suspect that student Aaron Jones, he's come by the hospital several times in a state of confusion with red searching eyes, dragging his huge backpack behind him, but it never occurred to me that he might be an addict. Aaron Jones, student, says, I was in the bathroom when the lights went out. The only thing I saw is what you normally see while you're sitting on the toilet. Oh, and then a janitor came into the restroom with his cart. I heard him emptying the bin, then the lights came on. I went to the head physician's office for a signature, but he wasn't there. How would you know the janitor if he was in the bathroom blinded? Laszlo Bodner, the janitor, says, yes, I have keys to the pharmacy. I wash the floors there just like everywhere else, but I don't have access to the electrical panel. Only my supervisors have those keys. And here's another mystery. What happened to my garbage bag? Someone took them out of my truck and I can't find them anywhere. Last frame before the film cuts out shows the janitor going down the corridor, his cart standing near the door to the hospital pharmacy, time code 1303. Amy Marbin Donatello, Jack, my entire staff at the donut shop came down with the flu and I haven't been able to find anyone else to help out. Could you please send me a couple of your men? I'm sure they wouldn't mind frying up some donuts. It's easy. I'll show them everything they need to know. My shop barely makes ends meet, so I can't afford even one day of downtime. Send the Rook and Mixon. Telling you, Chief, standing over that fire is hellish work. I'd rather dodge bullets than the spray from the boiling oil, but at least Miss Marbin promises she'll keep us in donuts through the rest of the year. That's good. We need backup. Some punks tried to crash one of our poker games, and we aren't about to let them walk with the money. So now we've got ourselves a standoff. A couple officers on the scene would change the situation in our favor. Forbes and Taylor, you're up. Public Indecency, The Last Picture Show Theater. During a special viewing of the